Okay, so I was going to talk about the moon, but I think I'm going to talk about something else while I'm hot on the topic. And we've talked about it before, maybe a number of times, and that is to manifest magic, you have to let go of the desire and the expectation for the outcome. And there's been a number of videos by others who have talked about this. I know Birch has a video on the three keys of magic, as he calls it, with that being the third and most important one, and most difficult. So I want to get this cleared up so that it can be easily understood. And so to do this, we're going to create a new law, which isn't actually new, but it's a new perspective on it to where we can understand it better and remember it. We're going to call this new law the Law of Least Expectance, because magic never manifests, it never works, it never happens, at least not in my experience, when you expect it to happen. Now, we talked about the importance of faith, and this may seem contradictory to that. However, it's not. If you remember, I said that faith is actually being able to set it and forget it. The forgetting is just as essential, if not more, than the certainty and confidence that you have to work the magic. It's those two things together that constitutes faith. Okay? But what most people do with faith is they focus on the confidence and certainty part of it, but not the forgetting. And that's wrong. Because what they'll do is they'll do their spell, they'll do their magic, they'll do their ritual, and they'll keep thinking about it and saying, oh, yes, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And they'll just keep doing that over and over. But the problem is it never happens because they're still thinking about it. Even if they're thinking about it positively, they're still expecting it, and so it never happens. You know, I just did a money candle right before Valentine's Day, and which I will teach you all how to do, soon. And I was contacted that very day by somebody wanting to hire my services, which I don't normally do, but I had done a money candle, so money candle knows best. Um, so when I was contacted, I expected the money. And then it ran into a little bit of a delay, and, things looked like they weren't going to. And I was like, well, I hadn't got the money yet, but now I expected it, so it didn't manifest. So it wasn't until I actually let it go and had my mind off it completely, I didn't even think about it for a while, that it appeared into my account. So it's just one example, but there's numerous examples. A lot of people get into magic, but especially at first, they're worried about the weird stuff. The unexpected happenings that can occur when you're in your temple in the dark with just a candle. And I gotta tell you, if you're expecting it to happen, rest assured it will not. Every single time that the weird, crazy stuff happens, it's always been when I've least expected it. It has always caught me off guard. So something strange will happen, and then, for the next week and a half, I'll be on edge thinking, oh, is something going to happen? And it never does. Never does. It's only when you get comfortable and relaxed and not thinking about things like that at all that that kind of stuff happens. And so magic does seem to follow this law of least expectance. Even the things like the water main breaking that I talked about in the last video. You think I expected that? No. I thought it was possible, but I took my mind right off it, but that was enough. So, yeah, it's kind of funny like that, but that's a good way to remember it, because you have to not expect it. The divine likes its gifts to be surprises. The charge can't return the source if you're holding on to it. And it's funny because if you go to the top of the tree of life, Kether, the source, its association with Uranus, and that planet in astrology is known to have to do with things that are shocking, unexpected, upheaval, surprises, which are not always enjoyable. It's the law of least expectance. It's another reason that games of chance and contests are so difficult to win. But you always got your mind on it. Even if you're confident, yes, I'm gonna win, and you have to let it go before that can happen. And the things that you care about, a lot, things that are really meaningful to you that you want to accomplish, are harder to forget about. So, if you can master this one law, you can do almost anything. So, definitely practice this. I need a reminder of it, and that's why I'm talking about it now. I learn as I learn from you guys, too. And if I need a reminder, then I'm certainly sure that people out there can benefit from me talking about this as well. So have your faith, have your certainty and your confidence in the ritual itself, and then just forget about it. The law of least expectance. Learn it, live it, love it. Because if everything was expected, things would be pretty dull. It's more fun this way. And I'll see you next time. Take care.